Hey guys, Mitsurugi Jones here, and we're going to take a look at a new game called This War of Mine. It's a survival game, but also sort of a horror game. Probably one of the only true horror games that you'll ever play. You have to make some really tough decisions in this game. It's essentially based off survivors in a war-torn world. Some rebels have attacked the capital, and basically you're living in this country and you have to survive. And there are no services for you. There's no police, there's no hospital, there's none of that. So essentially you're in this house. It's war-torn from shells and motors, and you know, as the buildings crumble around you, you have to try and survive life in general. But it is mostly a survival game. I'm starting out with these three gentlemen here. I believe it's Bruno in the middle, Paul in the left, and I don't know the third guy. I've only played this game once before, but I just kind of wanted to show it to you because I really enjoy it. I like the sort of dark setting. I like the pencil shading graphics. It's kind of got a world of its own, and it's different and unique from a lot of others. This is the workshop here. I don't really have any materials to build anything, but I will show you that as soon as I start to get things. It is a point-and-click system. There's different icons around the map. There's no real tutorial. You just kind of become familiar with it intuitively over time. When you click on something, you start to realize what that does. Generally, the hand symbol means that you're scavenging for something in that area. And as you see, I got some materials and one piece of raw food in this area right here. So you just grab it and exit. Looks like another guy got me some more materials. Those are your basic building blocks. It's wood and components. And we will get into that. I think I have enough now to show you some of what is involved in that. On the bottom left, you can see a gentleman there, a pile with the glowing, pulling apart things. Rubble. You don't actually get anything out of that. My first objective here is to go ahead and build a bed, because you don't get really good sleep if you're just laying on a floor in a worn-torn building. So we need some beds. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this stuff here. Your first day essentially is just kind of trying to clear out your house and get all the resources that are actually in it. And there are two phases to the game. There's the daytime, where it's this, where you go around in your house, you build things or collect things that you need. And then there is the nighttime. That's where you go out in the war-torn city and try and find supplies for your survivors. And we'll get to that here in just a little bit. This is a barred door. We're just going to go ahead and have him pull. Now, if it was barred from the other side, he wouldn't be able to do that. But luckily, he can go ahead and do that and get some of these goodies in here. And on the first day, it seems to... okay, what do we got here? Didn't need all that. You're just going to have... When you're out at night, you have only a limited amount of inventory, but when you're in your own house, basically just grab everything. There's no need to leave it in the drawers. Let's see. Go ahead and open this up, and as you can see, one of my guys is sleeping in the bottom left corner there. Go ahead and grab all that. And it looks like I got a lockpick. That's good. That's used to open or unlock doors that may be locked in your residence, or, you know, when you go out at night. Also, it seems to have a couple of like locked cabinets in your homestead that you need to open up to get some things. I also want to build a stove. That's going to be important because your people need food, and eating raw food does not seem to sate their hunger very well. It's just started, so we got that guy sleeping. Now, two of our guys, one is slightly sick and one is slightly wounded. Sick and slightly sick are okay. Generally, you can sleep that off. If they start to get really sick, you need medicine. As for wounded people, as long as it's slightly wounded, maybe even wounded, if you don't make them go do things, they could probably sleep off, but otherwise you need bandages. which we have none of here starting. You can see the medicine cabinet there with the bandages. Let's come back down here. Go ahead. I think I want to unlock... I guess we'll unlock this here, because there is a cabinet in there that I want to get to. And I like to try and clear out a lot of this rubble right away. It gives you more building space to work with. This is a rundown. I guess it was a bunch of apartments. The building got shelled and everyone else left, so you're kind of squatting in this building just trying to survive. And what? I need another bed. I'm going to need another bed because I have one sick and one wounded, so at least I need two. Luckily, I started off in a pretty temperate game. Sometimes it can be pretty cold, in which case you need a fire pretty much right away, or a furnace. And I will build that later, just not now because it's plus 22 degrees Celsius. Which I'm an American, so I'm not exactly sure what temperature that is, but I know it's not that cold. Otherwise, your people would start to complain. Okay, and you are slightly wounded, so why don't you go ahead and get some nap time there, buddy. And this is my only guy working on the rubble here, is the only one who is not sick or injured. If at all possible, you want to keep those people sleeping. You don't want sickness to hang around, and you don't want wounded to get any worse. Because if they start bleeding, then you're going to start having problems. And I got lucky this time. We actually did start off with a little bit of food in our own residence, which I did not have last time. Last time it was really hard to get food. We'll see how this one plays out. It might be the same. Maybe they just gave me a little break here at the beginning. Now, there are different characters. Okay, here's the nighttime. So you get to see on the left there are different options that you can choose on what your 3 people will be doing. If you can at all, I would recommend at least putting out 1 scavenger every night. Otherwise, you will run out of. And I like to keep 1 person on guard, if at all possible, because people will come to your place and they will steal your stuff. A guard helps. If all your people are asleep, they're just going to sneak in and grab whatever they want. And there's no guaranteed, even with a guard, that it is going to that he's going to chase them away. But we'll see how that goes. And night number 1. Okay, here's the icons again. The hand means scavenging things. This guy has 12 space in his backpack to hold things, which is actually not too bad. He's also a fast runner. Yeah, I can't even get all the stuff in the first 2. And that's lots of components. I want to see if there's any food available here before I load up on everything else. Doesn't appear that if you click that eye icon, it shows what's beyond the door, or at least a limited vision. And there's a refrigerator, so maybe we are going to get lucky here. And yes, we do. That will provide us with some meals, which is really good to start with. Let's see what else we have available here. Sugar. Sugar, pretty much it. You want that if you're going to make moonshine. That's pretty much, as far as I know, that's the only reason for sugar. And moonshine is good to make in order to trade, to barter with other people. Every once in a while, a guy will come to your front door wanting to trade, and I believe there are other areas that open up later, like a city area where people trade. So you want to get some moonshine eventually, but that's not a priority here in the beginning. All right, day 2. Again, I love this sort of dark. It's almost like you're remembering this, and this is pictures you're drawing in the journal. It's got that kind of background where it looks like you're shading in areas, which is really cool. But there's enough color and ambiance, even though it is really dark setting, that, you know, it kind of pops in its own little artistic way. Let's see, we got some food now. What do I want to do? We got, our people are, let's see, tired and hungry. And one guy is still sleeping, so we need to make some food, which we need some consumables. So we're going to take some wood and make them into little a source of fire for your stove to cook some meals. And oops, I need to make one more if I want to make 2 meals. And it appears that you can only make 1 or 2 meals so far. That's all I've come across. I did have some different survivors in my first game. There was a woman, and I'm not sure if you gain survivors over time or not, but we can find out together. And we're at plenty, and we got good food here, so we'll go ahead and eat this guy. Maybe he needs to sleep because he's slightly sick and he's tired. He stood guard. Let's get this guy something to eat first, and you can come down here and let's see. He's just hungry, so let's get him out of bed. You can go down here and sleep. I want to put these guys, now that they're fed, to sleep so that they can get ready for the next day. I probably am only going to need 1 person to accomplish what I want to accomplish during the day cycle for day number 2 anyway, so let's see here. What do I want? I don't want a radio, don't need a chair right now. Later we will need these filters for when we collect water. We need to filter it, and it doesn't look like we can build a rainwater collector just yet, so let's go ahead and make some kindling for fires. This guy is going to have to eat pretty soon anyway. Now the daytime cycle lasts till I believe 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m. Right in there is when it turns over to the nighttime cycle. And as you can see there, he is working. He went through 1 through 4, and this is the last one, so he is done now. Let's go ahead and clear some of this rubble. See if we can get to that little bit over there and scavenge whatever's in that cabinet. Now, I could build a shovel, which will help clear the rubble a lot quicker, but right now that's not a big priority. I would have to build a workbench, which I will eventually, just not right this second. It's sort of, in the beginning it seems like sort of a waste to build a shovel right away. Yeah, it would clear out things faster, but you have enough time during the day that you can do it by hand. Where a shovel is going to be necessary is when you have to go through houses in the middle of the night and scavenge things. Go ahead and get all that. We got some jewelry. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this guy something to eat so he's not hungry anymore. It's not easy to keep everybody fed and well rested, and after a while, depending on situations that happen during the game, they can become sad and depressed. I haven't gone far enough to see some of the things, but I've heard that some of your guys may even commit suicide, or they just, after having an encounter outside scavenging, as you would imagine in a war-torn country, if you have to steal from your neighbors in order to eat for the night, and say it's an elderly couple, and they try to fight you off, and your choice is to stab them to death and take the food, or for them to just chase you away, and you starve to death. And those are some of the decisions that you're forced to make in this particular game. Which, God forbid that ever happened to any of us. I do know that these things do happen now, today, in some other countries. And it's extremely sad. But you could see why people would get depressed. Now, these people are not soldiers. They're just run-of-the-mill every day, and maybe once you see some of the combat system, you'll realize that they're definitely not soldiers. It's not easy for them to hurt other people. They just don't have the skills. I mean, even if you have a gun, you don't shoot. It's not like you're a marksman or anything. Looks like one of our guys is well rested enough. That cabinet is probably locked. What's going on here with Bruno? Bruno is the cook of the family. I'm not exactly sure what stats that gives, what bonuses that is, but I'll see if I can find that out. Okay, so it shows only one guy is slightly sick, so we want to go ahead and put him to bed. Both the other guys are not hungry or tired, so we're going to take one out to scavenge and one to guard. And we want the skilled scavenger, obviously, if we can get him. So where do we want to go? I think that we didn't grab hardly anything from that place, so I think we'll probably go ahead and go to the shelled cottage. And you can bring along things like, say, if you have a knife, a crowbar, a shovel, you can put that in the inventory for him to use while he's out and about. You know, basically to protect himself or to much more easily manage getting things out of the way like rubble. And let's go ahead and get all this for now. If we come across something more valuable, we can just kind of play it by ear. Make sure nobody came here while we were away. Go ahead and rifle through this desk here. See what we have available to us. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take all that. Water's always good. And ooh, okay, we got some medicine. Some medicine. Let's go up here, see, at the very least, see what's up here, so we'll know if we want to come back for it right away, or if we can just go ahead and go to another place real quick. And if it's valuable enough, I'll just go ahead and grab it right out. But right now, just take what I can carry. And we'll go ahead and get out of here. You just click that run to exit, and he runs as fast as he can away, which can save you in some situations. Yeah, when you encounter rebels or thieves with shotguns, yeah, you don't want to stay and fight. You will not win. Okay. Alright, now it gives us a little report here what happened while we were gone. Somebody raided, but it looks like they weren't very determined, which means they probably slightly wounded Bruno and left. It doesn't even look like they got anything. The items up there are what I got when I was out scavenging. But there are times when you'll come back and somebody's badly wounded and you are out. They took everything and you have to start over. So that is one of the reasons why it's kind of important to keep people on guard. It seems to help. Now, even though they weren't very determined, they would have... Okay, real quick, a metal shop. Don't want that or the water filter. I think... I'm not sure which one I want. I think the water filter is more important. You can only survive, like, what, 3 days without water. So let's go ahead and roll up and put that in. Get this guy cooking if we can. Go ahead and cook himself a meal. I know it's strange. It looks like I guess it's a plate icon is what it is. An empty plate icon to make food. To me it looks like a donut though. It's really strange, like, you know, oh, go make yourself a donut. Time to make the donuts. And okay, water filter's almost done, and I think I have a filter. Oops. Yeah, don't make that mistake. I was on the wrong guy. He was, I think, ready to go to bed, and so you got to click the guy you want, and then there you go. Okay, and do we have a filter? I guess we don't have a filter. Okay, I thought I made one, but I guess we're gonna go ahead and have to make one. So go back down here to the workshop table. And again, still not cold, so I don't have to worry about a stove right away. Or, I'm sorry, not a stove, a furnace, whatever it's called. And here we go, a filter. A crude water filter. So, go ahead and make that now so we can grab some water. It does take time. Like if you're making moonshine, collecting water, things like that, it takes amount of time. And somebody's at the door, and that looks like the trader. So we're going to want to go ahead and do that now. See if we can't pick up some things from him. It's all a barter system. It's not, you know, no gold, money, dinars, anything like that. It's actual, hey, will you take this for that? And sometimes it doesn't seem very fair. He seems like he wants a lot for even some of the smallest things. But let's see what we can pick up here. We'll probably need some food. I would like cigarettes and coffee, but that's secondary. I need a lockpick as well. Go ahead and give him some jewelry. What else? It won't do. Try harder. Okay. What can I do without? Probably sugar. I can do without sugar right away. Electronic parts, I want to keep that. Let's see if he will take some sugar. And okay, fine, we can have a deal. Alright, perfect. So I'll go ahead and do that, because I do need a lockpick, and I do want a can of food. It's not a ton of food, but it is one thing that you can eat raw that isn't, that does put a small dent in your hunger. So go ahead and make some rainwater. It's a miracle, he makes rainwater. Okay. And you can see there's a little timer there. That it means that it's going to take some time. I believe that means it's going to take every time that circle goes around, it counts down one. So it will take a while. Go ahead and make some fuel so we can get this guy something to eat. And, ooh, I am missing, what? I don't remember it taking that much to make a meal. Okay. Alright. Well, I guess it's a good thing we got that can of food, huh? 4? Really? Does it take 4 of those? God, I don't remember taking that much the last time. Okay. Well, whatever. No food for you, pal. Go ahead and eat the can of food that we just traded for. And you can eat the raw, I'm assuming that's meat that I have 4 of, raw meat. You can eat that, but it's not very satisfying to your people. It looks like I'm going to want to come down there and get that. So go ahead and get moving, Bruno. Oh, I'm sorry, Marco. So we have Marco, Bruno, and I can't remember his name. Pavel? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Sorry. And hopefully we got some good stuff here. Normally when it's locked up, it is better stuff. And it looks like we got another lockpick, a book for entertainment, and bandages. That is cool. We will need those later on as people become more wounded. That's important to get them back to safety. And you know what? I think it's time for a workshop. Do I want to... a simple heater. I think the workshop would be better now. It's still pretty temperate out right now, so it's not too bad. And I would like to start making things like possibly knives, shovels, and crowbars. As you can see, it's got an X. If you can't place it there, I'm going to go ahead and put it next to the workstation here. Might as well have all that in one place. And time for you to get some sleep there, Marco. You did a good job tonight. And this is your reward. You get to actually sleep for a while. Good job, buddy. Okay. I try to get at least 2 dudes sleeping, even during the day, to kind of, if you're lucky enough and they're only slightly tired, they'll wake up in the same day and be okay. I don't have enough for a knife. A crowbar will be nice. I can't make a shovel or a lockpick, so we're gonna go ahead and make a crowbar because a simple crowbar can actually open up locked things. So we're gonna go ahead and make one of those, which is handy in scavenging, and since I have some locked areas here in my own place, I can even use it there. Now he'll probably finish that about right in time for us to go out at night. Let's see, what's 6:10. What else can we do? Do we have time to do anything else? No, don't really have the materials for anything except for firewood right now, and that's easy to make. So, see if we can, in time, start to clear some of this rubble. At least get some of it out of the way, because it's 7 now. I think 7:30 is nighttime, so Now, if you want to run to something, if you want them to hurry up and get to it, then you just double-click, and they'll run to whatever it is. Okay, so it's 8 o'clock, technically, is when night starts. So, he's tired. We'll let him sleep. Ooh. Now we're going to put him on guard. We'll put him in sleep since he's slightly sick. We don't want him to get any sicker. And Pavel here he's got 12 slots for inventory. We'll go ahead and send him out. I'm going to send him to a different location. You can see on the right it has what's possibly going to be at the location. It also, if you read the little description, sometimes it will tell you, like, see there, it says danger. That means that you go in that place, there's a good chance you're going to encounter somebody who might just shoot you. Huge amounts of materials. That might be a good place. Would really like some food, though, but I'm not sure where I'm going to go for that. Maybe tonight we'll just go ahead and get some materials. And if we're lucky, there'll be some food available. I want to go ahead and take the crowbar. No, we'll just leave it. We'll scout the place out first. Pick up everything we can just pick up with our hands. Nice ambience. I like the rain. A wonderful artistic direction. Okay, go ahead and grab all this stuff. Now, what was this? A squatter? I believe it was a squatter's place, so we might encounter some people. A lot of times if there's going to be people, you will see there's a little orange indicator light that'll light up where a person's walking through. But it could also just be a rat. It's always a good idea to peek through the doors first, if you can, if you have the time. Just to kind of see. You don't want to walk into some dude with a shotgun. That ends very poorly most of the time. Go ahead and can't even grab all that, huh? Let's get the water first. Get some components, because we had wood but no components. Go ahead and grab some sugar. Is that what we want to finish up with at the night? Yeah. We'll just go ahead and take care of that. And he's back. Hopefully we weren't raided in the middle of the night. Okay, day 4. Okay. Do or die time. What do we got? Tell me what happened. What's the news? Alright, the night was calm. Perfect. Okay, that is good news. You're tired from standing guard. Let's go ahead and... You know what? I want to make a shovel. Never made a shovel yet. Didn't play for very long before. Just because I really kind of wanted to get this fresh and from the start as much as possible. But I didn't want to monkey around for 30 minutes going, what's this button do? I didn't think you guys would enjoy that very much. So, don't need a radio, don't need a chair. I will need water filters. So, let's make a couple of them since we have the materials now. That way we can collect more rainwater. You need water for cooking and other such things. Why don't you get some sleep? You're very tired. And you're just plain hungry. So, let's get you up. See if we can't cook some food. Not sure why I couldn't cook food earlier. Whoa! Oh man, I hit. You can skip the day by clicking a certain button, and it looks like it was hidden from me a little bit from the background, and I went ahead and clicked it, and I don't see a way to go back. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and scavenge again real quick. Now that's the kind of thing that can ruin the game. So we'll see. You know, I'm going to roll with the punches here. Everybody makes mistakes, people. Everybody makes mistakes. You know what? I think I want to take the crowbar this time. Yeah. Just in case. Now, I'm not sure if you can use that as a weapon or not. You would think. Yep, it looks like you can use that as a weapon as well. So that is good news. And you can see him being all stealthy. I guess he really doesn't like dust because he's got, you know, his little filter mask on. And I've been here a couple times, but let's go ahead and see what is available. I didn't ever check downstairs. Let's see if... Yeah, it looks like that crowbar is going to come in useful, but we are going to need to get that rubble out of the way. Let's go ahead and grab this stuff first. Mr. Sneaky Sneaky. And a bunch of wood. Okay, well, that could come in handy. You do need wood to build things. And for fire. Ugh, fire. Get this stuff out of the way. That's probably going to take a little while. Yes, I know you could use a shovel there. Pavlov, whatever your name is. I just don't have one yet. Well, maybe next time. Now you can see that red, those red dots right there. That's an indication that some noise is going on. Now that could be a person walking, or that could be a rat just scurrying around. I'm pretty sure that's just a rat. But in a minute, I'm going to have to go up there anyway to find out. So we'll get to see if it's an actual another human being. Sometimes there's just random people like bums. Sometimes it's people that are cowering in fear from you while you're stealing from them. And other times it is going to be other thieves or rebels that will shoot you on sight. And I'd have a feeling if that was a human being, he probably would come down here because clearing rubble makes a lot of noise. So I have a feeling if that was a human being, he'd be down the stairs already. But we will find out in just a minute. We really want to get whatever is in that area. Now, it's 11:30 at night. I'm not sure when it turns officially day. I've pretty much done picking up whatever I need. And I'm out of there before it gets too late. So I've never actually seen it. I've never gone so far as to see what time the night actually ends. And what do we have here? Ooh, some bullet casings. We got some moonshine. Yeah, we want that. That's good news right there. Let's go ahead and see what the game has in store for us. And it's a rat. So no biggie. They don't bite. As far as I know, I haven't seen one bite me. They do spread disease, though. Okay. Go ahead and grab this stuff. At least see what we have. And grab some extra stuff. We can always put it back if we find something better. Go ahead and take a look through here. Peeping Tom. Or Peeping Pavlov. Pavel. Peeping Pavel. And, oh, there's all kinds of stuff here. Let's take a look and see what the note says. Okay, basically you just want to leave. Make sure you leave the cities. The army will give you... They guarantee you safe passage. Yeah, right. Yeah, don't think so. Don't think so, pal. Let's go ahead and see what we have available to us here. Ooh, bullet casings. Can we grab those? Yes, we can. Alright, we're going to leave the rest of the stuff for now. So we already got filled up with components and wood. So, let's see, make sure there's nothing. Because if you see like a gun or something... oh, there's gun parts. We are going to want that. We want to keep that. Go ahead. I don't need all this wood. That's a lot of wood. Go ahead and grab... I want the coffee, I want the guns, I want the books. Man, I want it all. Guns most important. We need that first. Then cigarettes, coffee, and fertilizer, huh? That will come in handy, I'm sure, later. Let's go ahead and drop some of these components for now. And wood to kind of even it up. We'll grab the coffee and some cigarettes. Excellent. Now, cigarettes are good for trade. Also, I believe certain guys or certain you have certain people that have certain bad habits, like coffee or cigarettes, and when they use those, they become more effective. Not so much when they use them they become effective, it's when they don't get them they become less effective. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for now. I'll go ahead and wait till the next video. Just make sure I didn't get robbed here in the middle of the night. Remember, guys, please subscribe, comment, let me know what kind of job I'm doing. I really appreciate you guys watching, and we will check you out next time. Thanks for watching.